Hey y'all, welcome back to Not So Big Matt. I'm Matt, and thanks for tuning into my channel. Today I'm just going to do a quick little video, kind of a weight loss weigh-in recap for this past week. This is actually the first one of these I've done, but I think the only reason that I decided to do it today was because it's kind of a pivotal point, I guess. Not really, but kinda. Today is Monday, April 6th, and yesterday was my 26th week weighing in. So that was my 6 months weigh in. And it was a really good week for me last week. I had a large loss. I had a 6.0 pound loss, which I wasn't really expecting. I've had very small incremental losses over the course of the last few weeks, but historically I've seen that I may have a few smaller losses for a few weeks, and then I usually have a little bit larger loss, and oftentimes not that much. But at any rate, at the 6 month mark, I was able to see a 110.2 pound weight loss for 6 months. My initial weight and my heaviest weight that I have ever seen on a scale was on October 6th of 2019, and it was 452.8. And yesterday my weight was 342.6. I, again, wasn't expecting a 6 pound loss. I got my 100 pounds a couple of weeks back. And I didn't anticipate seeing 110 pounds this quickly, because I've had very small losses here in recent weeks. But we're doing the best we can so far, trying to stay on track and stay on plan, and continue to eat the healthier foods that as healthy a food as we can in the current circumstances. Everybody's going through their own things, and the world is changing every day. We have had some trouble here in the last few weeks finding the food that we needed, the things that we need to make our meal plans work. I have been toying with new recipes, a lot of which have been just me spending a bunch of time with the Weight Watchers recipe builder and just plugging things in that I have on hand and trying to manipulate food that I think in my mind would be good or taste good, and throwing things together and just see how it all sort of plays out, which has worked out relatively well. We've had several pretty good meals that have come just from looking through the cabinets and digging through the refrigerator and freezer to find things that I can throw together to try to make meals out of what we have available to us. We've had a really successful run so far here in 6 months. My wife Elena is also on the Weight Watchers Blue Plan with me. I couldn't do it without her. She couldn't do it without me. We really motivate each other, and we keep each other accountable. And if it wasn't for us doing it together, I don't believe that either one of us would have the success that we've seen so far. I think between the both of us, we've lost 150 some pounds. I think she's like 41 or 42 pounds down in 6 months. And she had also lost weight prior to Weight Watchers. Her total weight loss, including her weight loss prior to joining, she joined a week after I did. So next Sunday should be her 6 month weigh in. But I think she's down like 70 pounds from her before, including her before Weight Watchers weight loss. So kudos to her. I'm so proud of her for everything she's doing. She's actually started doing CrossFit here recently, and she's really working hard to try to change our lifestyle for the better. My weight loss personally has been strictly dietary. There's been no additional movement. Have not changed anything about my normal day to day. It has been strictly weight loss based on nutrition. So, you know, I do things different than probably a lot of people do, and I hope that it doesn't end up being an issue later. I don't think it will, but I personally cannot eat the amount of points that I'm given. So I think right now I have 50 points or 51 points per day is my normal. I don't get blue dots. I never get blue dots. I always eat way below that. I actually eat closer to Elena's allowance than I do to mine. Part of that is because I use a lot of 0 point foods, and that is the kind of the core to my nutrition is the 0 point foods. I do try to log my calories, so I dual log my food usually in MyFitnessPal, which helps to keep me on track as far as calories are concerned. So I'm not, I'm not overdoing it, and I'm not under like eating too low of calories. I'm not trying to put myself into starvation mode and make my body very angry. But I try to keep track of my calories as well. That's not been as prevalent here in the last couple of weeks because of the stress, everything going on, and that extra little step, as minor as it is just a little bit of a nuisance in light of all the other stuff that we're dealing with in our day-to-day lives right now. So I'm still trying to, when I do recipes and I create recipes, I try to build the recipes also in MyFitnessPal so I can get the calories and macros and such, but I'm not logging as much information over there as I was. I spent probably the last 2 months for sure. I dual logged all food, and here in the last 2 weeks it's kind of fizzled a good deal. But like I say, I feel like that's just part of the way the world is right now. Not everything is going to be exactly the same, and not everything is going to continue to be seamless. I know that my videos have, like especially this week, the video output was a little bit sporadic. I wasn't able to get the videos created. I didn't have the gumption, or we didn't have all the things to do, all of the things we needed for the meal prep. So it was a lot harder to plan. Like I said, I spent a lot of time in the recipe builder and just putting things together to try to create meals, and part of that does not allow me it doesn't allow me to be able to film those as they're going, because I don't really, a lot of times when I start, I may or may not know what my finished product is going to be. So until I try a recipe that I create and make sure that it's something that's actually, going to work or is going to be good or whatever, I don't really want to shoot that video. I have tried a few things here in the last 2 weeks that you will see a video on very soon. Cook with me videos. Trying to think. I did a tater tot casserole cook with me, I think last week. I did a different version of that tater tot casserole. It's a little bit higher in points, but I changed the portion from 4 servings to 6, and it's a Mexican style tater tot casserole, and it was phenomenal. It turned out really, really good. It was very hearty, and I used a lot of things that I kind of already had, and only had to pick up a few items. It was a really easy one to put together, and I will definitely shoot a video on that here in the next in the next week or so, hopefully, if I can get the stuff again to do it. We really enjoyed it. I also tried, I did a banana bread recipe that I got from, who did I get that from? I can't remember. I'll leave the link to the channel that I picked up that recipe from, and then also the link to the original recipe in the description box, because I'm drawing a blank. So at any rate, the banana bread was phenomenal. I also did Kodiak cake muffins for the first time in the last week or so, and that worked out really well. So expect to see some videos in the coming weeks. As long as I can find the ingredients that we need, I will make sure that I keep doing those videos, and I hope that you enjoy those videos. I guess I'm going to go ahead and draw this to an end. We're coming up on 12 minutes. This was just kind of a touch base, see how just to let you know how things are going. Leave me some comments and replies and things, and let me know how you're doing if you're on the Weight Watchers plan. If not, let me know how you're dealing with everything in the day-to-day life right now because of all of the pandemic, and how is COVID-19 affecting you or your daily lives. I know right now it's been crazy for us, for my wife and I. I'm still at work, but she is laid off currently. She works at a hospital, but she's a non-essential employee because she's not a nurse or anything. So that's a big change for us. But so far so good. We're going to keep on keeping on, and we're going to keep trying to do as good as we can, eating as well as we can under the current circumstances. But yeah, I just wanted to take a minute and check in with y'all and let you know how things are going, and let you know about my weight loss so far at 6 months. And I hope to continue to see these the scale decline over the near and distant future, and hopefully I can keep getting on here and posting these updates and let you guys in on how things are going for me and my family. And I want to hear as much as I can about you guys. So again, interact with the page. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you want to get notified when I upload new content, ring the bell, and like the videos. If you like the content, like the videos, because that shows me what you enjoy and what I need to spend more time on. At any rate, thank y'all so much for sticking with me, and I'll see you next time on Not So Big Matt.